When I was a child, it only took one shot to change my life. I wanted to be the best. Looking back, my journey started from that moment.
Realizing your true potential requires total devotion. You must be prepared technically, physically, mentally, and make sure they are in balance. Achieving excellence depends on how much and how well you prepare. It all comes down to dedication. Quest for excellence.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to CSI's CueSports International's presentation of the 41st Annual BCAPL National Championships. We've got a great match for you here today, and you've got mixed Scotch doubles. Scotch doubles 8-ball in the Platinum Division. In the booth with me today is the cornerman, Freddie Ognier. Yours truly, George Teachea.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. George, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. This finals match should be an exciting one. Styer and Hunkins came through the one-loss side back to meet Whaley and Bernardi in this final. So if they win the first match, they're going to have to double dip them.
That's right.
But we're here at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino.
Should be getting ready to start soon.
Yeah,
You're looking at Tyler Styer. Tyler is an up-and-coming, pro-level player. He travels quite a bit. And Styer and his partner, Bonnie Hunkins, they're out of Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I believe Tyler's Fargo rating is at about a 710.
Yeah, that's.
Bonnie is about 530.
When you hit the 700s, you're starting in that
level
pro zone there.
And you're in the 650s. You're hitting the shortstop area.
All right.
You're pretty close.
I kind of like the way the Fargo rates go in that respect, that once everybody has enough matches in them, that it's a metric. You can put your number down instead of just saying, hey, he was good, and if somebody remembers the one match they played.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right.
We're ready to go. It looks like they're going to be hitting off there.
So they're ready to lag. You're looking at Doug Whaley in the red, Tyler Styer in the blue, Doug Whaley's partner Leslie Bernardi in the background. Whaley and Bernardi they have the hot seat.
So
Styer and
pretty
Hunkins must have to double dip them.
Well, the 41st
There we go.
Annual BCAPL National Championships are sponsored by Diamond Products, Viking Cues, Kamui, Cyclop Balls, Omega Billirds, Predator Chalk, Simonis Cloth, and the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. And we are in the Grand Ballroom. Who won the lag? It looks like Doug did.
Must be that Doug did. We're looking at the percentages down there. It's based on the Fargo rates. They've got Styer and Hunkins as a 3-2 favorite, based on 0-0 score and a race to 5.
The way I've seen several people describe the percentages are as if they played 100 matches, Styer and Hunkins would win 60 of them at 60%, while Whaley and Bernardi would win their share but at 40%.
That's still significant. If they can beat them at 40%, it's not as heavily favored as you might say.
Well, the thing about it is what they've done is they've combined their Fargo rate.
Yeah.
And then they've used that, what the average of the two is, and that's not necessarily an accurate way of predicting, but it's the best way they have.
Well, I don't know. It's the numbers and the data will prove out. So
let's see how it proves out. Yeah.
Here we go.
Either way, they'll have to double dip this team right here that's breaking the balls.
What did you say, Doug's?
I didn't have Doug's or Leslie's.
We can certainly find out.
Yeah, I'll find out real quick for you. But I did have because Tyler and Bonnie were in the arena before, and I had their information.
Pretty big break, but nothing went in. You can see the cluster that's happened in the right in the Magic Rack area, the 7-3 14 and the 11 ball. All the other balls are fairly open. 1 ball, 2 ball, 9 ball are a little congested, but they all go.
Doug Whaley's is a 643.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. That's right in that what you call the shortstop zone.
Pretty close to the shortstop zone, almost a 10 by Arizona standards.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good indicator there as well, George. It's good you have that kind of information.
Yeah, I've got the, and then Leslie's is a 539.
Okay.
So.
Pretty interesting layout here, George. It is open. And the first ball that can bust out those balls that are sitting in the rack would be the advantage, I would think. The 2 ball is a tricky ball. Tyler's deciding to go to the 5 ball here, which isn't a bad play. It feels like he'll just slide over and then break out the rest of this pack by hitting the 7 ball. If it goes, it must go because that's how he played it. And once he shoots that, the 2 ball becomes the toughest ball on the table. I say he, of course, is Scotch doubles.
Let me get up and take a look at the 7. It barely goes by that 3 ball.
If it goes, he's put it in the perfect space. If you had ball in hand, this is probably where you'd attack from.
I'll tell you, this shot is tough, and this is why I think it's very tough. She's looking at it go by the 3 ball barely.
Barely,
and
right.
then the space coming into it to hit it is barely by the 8 ball. But she opens up this 3 ball real nice.
Yeah,
if she just
especially if she draws into the 11. This is perfect, right? This is about the only thing you can do. And now the 2 ball is the only problem ball, but you can make it from most anywhere. I know that as fast as he can, he will get to it.
Well, here's what I see him shooting this 3 ball, getting on the 6, following down for the deuce, and it opens up from there.
That's a good position.
He wants to get straight in on the 6 from this 3 ball.
That's a pretty good position. He could go either way, straight in or be on the other side.
He's looking at getting back there to get on the
2 right now.
2, well,
2 or 1.
The 2 or the 1, yeah.
And I know these. Tyler's a very, very good 8 ball player, and usually when we talk about this, getting rid of the trouble ball as quickly as possible. If he plays up there for the 2 ball, that would be the right thing to do if you have the skill set to do it.
Well, what that just tells me is that 2 ball may not go by the 9 to the corner pocket on the left.
Yeah, well, he could play for the 1 ball as well, and that will certainly start to attack. And that's exactly what he's done. He's playing for the 1 ball so he can get to the 2, and that solves the rack, solves the riddle, as I usually like to say, right? Right. Of course, she has to pocket, but this is the right way to play.
I don't think they'll play it now. I think they might decide to play the 4 ball and draw the ball back for the 1. I don't think she'll play it now. Yeah, see, she's looking to see where to put the cue ball.
And I think that's more of a Scotch doubles play than it is a.
Well, it's a steep angle on the 1.
Right. And
don't go on the side.
She'd rather have him shoot this shot to get the right position, and really, this is you can't go wrong here, as long as you make the ball.
Well, Tyler Styer and Bonnie Hunkins are from Waukesha, Wisconsin. And they play out of Flanagan's Pub.
Right.
They're playing for $1,800. First place gets $1,800. And I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me.
There he goes. It's really nicely done here. And Bonnie has to choose whether or not she just floats forward so Tyler can shoot the 6 ball down table or try to punch it down. Feels like the safest play is just to do exactly what she's looking at, crawl it forward and let him take the tough long shot to get her dead straight on the 8 ball.
Well, they're playing for $600.
Yeah.
The loser gets $1,200. The winner gets $1,800.
Several people like to joke around that you want a partner that has the same height, wingspan, and left hand, right hand type of same side. But you know what? It shouldn't matter. These two are one's right-handed, one's left-handed.
It shouldn't if they sometimes they played together for a long time.
Right,
But
right.
there's some shots that a left-hander may not be able to reach where a right-hander can, and you naturally shoot.
That's exactly right.
So you have to keep that in mind when your partner is opposite-handed.
Yeah, and you don't have to keep that in mind normally if you're both the same, which is the reason why people say it.
Correct, exactly. Well, here's some of the Scotch doubles teams that Whaley and Bernardi beat to get here. Their very first team was Angstead and Schuling. Then they beat Rodriguez and Novak. Then Lay and Lay.
Oh, he missed that ball.
Did he?
That was quite surprising.
And they beat Allen and Henderson. King and Peterson. And for the hot seat match, oops, where are we at here? And that's who they've played so far. On the other hand, Tyler and Bonnie had a bye to begin with and lost their first match. So
Wow,
they've had a long
been
fight.
grinding.
They've been grinding to come back here. They lost their first match to Hallett and
good
Isaac.
Shot, though.
I remember that match. That's when they were in the arena here. It was live stream. But then they beat Angstead and Schuling. Stuckert and Cortez, they're out of Phoenix, I believe. Whaley and Thuralt, Lay and Lay, and Halleck and Isaac. So they had some
they had the road. They had a
opponents in common.
long road. Well, that was an interesting first shot by Leslie Bernardi. This 6 ball was covering the corner pocket, and if she had been able to ticky her 14 ball off the 6 ball, that solved the rack. And if she didn't hit it then, she would have had to hit it sometime. She had probably the best angle to do it, and it just hung up. I like the choice, and you know, it just didn't go.
There's a good shot of them strategizing here, and then their opponents in the background.
Right.
And some of their
contingents,
some of their
peeps.
Supporters
their peeps,
out there watching their peeps. And we've got some people in the stands behind, just a few of them here and there. And we got another match going on that has some following. So,
yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch here.
Right, they're looking at this hard because the 6 ball doesn't look, George, that you can actually bank this up table. But I suppose you could. Oh yeah, you can. It's not easy though. She's left-handed, trying to reach for it.
Oh, that's tough. You know,
stiffen this and go right in the funnel.
I personally would consider cutting this ball in the corner pocket if it goes by the 11. It looks like it does. And use some draw on the ball so you don't follow it.
A lot of times when I look on this screen, you can't see where the cushion goes.
Well, it goes. It's the 11 that's going to bother.
Right here. So if she can make it, she shoots it.
She's looking at it. It does bank to the opposite upper left-hand corner pocket, and it's a big pocket. She could hit the 15 ball and still go in. She's looking at the cut.
She's looking at this, so she makes it. She really should get rewarded, I think, unless she hits it so hard that the 9 ball comes into play.
Yeah, the problem with this cut shot is she has to use draw on the ball. She can't use high because she might just follow it in.
And here's the left-handed thing.
And there's the left-handed thing, and she's using high English. She could just do.
She's made it.
She made it.
What a shot!
Great shot!
What a shot!
What a great shot! So much for explanations. She just rocket fired and made it.
Right. Well, there was a lot of challenges with that shot. She was stretched out fully as a left-hander, trying to cut to a blind pocket, basically because of the positions. Made it without a problem.
Yeah, well, challenge or not, they won their first game.
1-0.
This is a race to 5. 1-0. Yeah.
Tyler Styer, Bonnie Hunkins.
Let's watch those Fargo percentage
change now with a 1-0 lead and a race to 5. Their handicap goes up to about 3-1.
Now, as they change these percentages, what they're doing is changing the race. Instead of a race to 5 now, it's a race to 4. Well, it's a race to 5.
But it's a race with one on the wire.
Exactly, with one on the wire. Because they're up a game in a race to 4. And so your percentages will change accordingly. And as you can see now, being 1 game ahead, they change drastically. So the average would be, 620 for Tyler and Bonnie, and then it'd be under 600 for Doug and Leslie.
Yeah,
That's why they're heavily favored.
I think we should just need to look up there so we're not guessing on them. Oh, it was a good break, and he got kissed right in the corner pocket, which happens quite a bit.
Got herded to the corner. Whacked. Well, Doug Whaley comes to the table first. He says, I'll shoot the first shot.
I'll shoot this one. Do they have to, well, I don't know if the rules are that they rotate all the time.
No. Every game they can send the first person up whichever they choose. It doesn't rely on the next game. It's a restart of order every game.
That's been asked before?
Yes. He could have made the 8-ball, or he could have broke. Well, no. Yeah, last game he could have made the 8-ball and chosen to break. Every game it changes. It's not it doesn't carry on. Am I reading up on the rules? I was listening to some of the rules by some of the other matches that I was watching. As far as rules go, I few Scotch, a little bit of Scotch experience.
Yeah, I had a little Scotch last night myself.
Yeah, but yours was
sorry, that's the wrong kind of experience. Wrong kind of experience. Yeah.
There was. Oh, you were having doubles too, huh?
Oh, definitely doubles. Definitely doubles. So the low balls is a good choice here. The 7-ball covers the 9, so that's why he's choosing that. And if the 8-ball goes, he won't disturb it. But if it doesn't, if he doesn't like it, he'll bump it. Oh my goodness, he had ball in hand and he missed the 2-ball. That's quite surprising. But I think that was his thought pattern. The problem here is because it's an open table, he's just tied up the balls that already were not as favorable, the stripes.
Oh, well,
and Bonnie will.
Now the solids are very favorable, as you said.
Yeah, they're very, very favorable. And shooting one of these solids does not free up the stripes. So.
And the 8-ball goes.
It's really advantageous.
Yeah, the 8-ball goes to the left-hand corner. So I would say the 5-ball is your key shot.
Yeah, I like that. Or the 1 ball. A couple of them.
5, 1, or 3, actually.
Yeah.
Or 4.
The
whole side is a whole flock
side
of balls
over there. That's right. That's
you
right.
can just slide down for the 8.
Exactly. As she's left-handed, she can just look. She can just pop this 2-ball. I know she wants the 7-ball next, but the concern is holding it. She could shoot the 7 first if she can see it.
Then shoot the deuce.
Yeah, if she can see it, that's not bad. In fact, I like it better. But she was liking the set too, I believe. She kept on looking at a spot there on the table.
Oh, it looks like she can see the 7-ball all day long and come back for it, for the deuce, for position. This is a little bit of a steep cut, but it's real close to the pocket, so she can hit it with, real soft.
Straight foul. I think that they discussed that a little bump on the 8 is okay. Oh, she whacked it.
I guess she was looking for a big whack on the 8.
Why
would they want to move the 8?
That only goes in one pocket, I guess.
He's gonna. I was gonna say he's gonna look at the 8.
It was almost free to shoot it, and I think that must have been. I'm guessing that's what they were thinking. That just a tickle on the 8-ball.
Well, if they were trying to move the 8, that would say to me that it may not go by.
It may not go either. It may absolutely so.
Yeah, it may not go by the 12.
And because Tyler's spending a lot of time on this, I'm thinking that that's exactly right, George. That you're right. That it mustn't go by the 12, or it's close enough. It's close enough that it it creates that funny. I like to call it an optical delusion, but it's
see, if you look at the screen right here, it appears that it may go by.
It appears
but we can't tell for sure.
It's tight enough to cause an issue.
It's tight enough to cause it for them.
Wow. Well, did he play it for the 5?
I don't think so. I think the 5's too far down to cut. Well, she's not even looking at the 5. She's looking to play the 1.
Shoot the 1 and let him do it. Yeah, if she was able to tickle that 8, we wouldn't. This game would already be over. They would have just run right through him because these balls are wide open.
Yeah, they are wide open. But I'll tell you one thing that I can see happening If they save the 5 ball and the 7 ball for the last 2 balls to be played, they're going to be challenged to get good shape on them.
Yeah, they need to get, as of
Especially
right
if
now, the 7 actually is the toughest ball on the table if the 8 ball goes. I think he's running right into the 8 ball.
He might do something with it here because he can attempt to move the 8 with an insurance shot for shape on the 5.
Yep, I like that. Let's see what he does. 1 rail right to the 8 ball.
Straight over. Tickled it and got a nice shot on the 7. That just took care of everything.
The 5 does lay a little funny. I think it goes to the side, no problem.
It does go on the side. More than likely, she's going to be challenged here. She doesn't want to risk getting stuck behind a 15. But if she does, the 4 ball's an insurance unless she rolls up against it.
Yeah.
4 ball's an insurance. And if that's the case, then Tyler will be shooting that, so he'll be able to do what he has to get on the 5.
I think it's just a straight follow here. That's fine.
Yeah, she didn't even think about getting on trying to get on the 5. She's going to get on this ball. If he can lay the cue ball on the rail, good.
Yeah,
if he can get it down there, better. But once you start traveling this ball,
this is the Scotch doubles pattern here. Bonnie's a good player, but clearly Tyler is the strong player here, so he's going to put more aggression on his shots to get her an easier shot. He may draw straight back or straight back down towards the 8 ball. It's a faster cloth here, so. And he wanted to get there.
I like
he's not going to get there.
I would have followed that ball and tried to lay the cue ball on the rail.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think you would.
Either way.
I think you would, if you're shooting for yourself. But if you had a partner that you wanted her to.
I know I got to get her straight in.
Yeah.
And she can handle it straight in. I like following there, because drawing that ball back was.
Either way,
dangerous.
he's shaking his head there that he didn't get there. But I think that was the thought pattern, that he wanted to draw it straight down to get her the easiest bunt on the ball.
Oh, sure. But that last ball looked pretty straight. Maybe he could not get to the rail, or. But from the beginning, it looked like he wanted to come down to the bottom.
Well, since the cue ball drew down here, then it tells me that he could get to the rail, as you had thought.
So he had a little bit of an angle. So yeah.
That's how tough this game is. It's very
choices.
subtle.
You
it's
make
very
choices, and just the little nuances can get you in trouble. Just like that right there. He didn't do anything wrong, really, except that he went towards the ball and not away. He goes by the 5. He's liking it a lot.
All right. If he was to the left by like a half a millimeter or
just
half an inch,
missed the 5, and
we wouldn't be
Look
talking.
At this shot.
What a shot!
She kicks this in.
What a shot!
Oh my Lord! What a great shot!
I do not know how to play this game.
Listen to the crowd.
That was a fantastic shot, clearly, and she kicked it right in, and there wasn't any question about it going in.
No, as soon as she hit it, it was like right down the rail. I mean, the second she hit that ball, it was gin.
Well, Tyler has to.
He's got a little bit of a shot here.
It is a little bit. It's just a little tricky.
Where's that cue ball headed after the 8?
Well, if we get another angle, it looks like he can.
Looks like it's headed right into the 15 ball, huh?
Hit into the 14. It doesn't quite lay on the devil's semicircle, right into the 15. See that?
Perfect. Game number 2 and a race to 5. We're going to be in the 80 percentile.
Right. It's that devil's semicircle. If it's on there and he can't hit high or low, that's going to go right into the drink. But it was high of it, so it went high.
I'm going to have to keep that in mind.
That
devil's semicircle.
Devil's semicircle. That's what I've called it for a long, long time.
Okay.
But it's only the stun shot. If you hit a stun shot, you'll draw it out. And you're like, of course, that's what it is. So and you naturally see it anyway.
When you're back cutting the ball to a corner pocket and the cue ball's trending towards the opposite corner.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the semicircle you were describing goes from one corner to the other and up to the spot.
Yes.
So it's an arc coming
out
of there.
That's
okay.
it.
Got it.
Look at this. You know how happy I am? That's one thing I can teach you. You already knew it, but it's natural to you.
Well, you gave it a name.
That's right. The devil's semicircle.
You gave it a name.
I should call it the corner man semicircle.
There you go.
I'm sure somewhere along the travel, someone said something to me about it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's 2-0 where both times Tyler and Bonnie got a little bit into
Well,
trouble late in their rack.
2-0 or not, last night we got in a little bit of trouble over a match because we called the match as winners, and what happened was the other team won the match. Won
That needed to double
match,
dip.
but they needed to double dip them, and we thought they were all done and leaving. Well, no, they were going to reschedule the double dip part. So
apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen.
And keep in mind here that it is Whaley and Bernardi that need to be double dipped.
Yes,
and
they
Styer
own
and
the
Hunkins,
hot seat.
They own the hot seat. So
not much going on here. The rack, it broke out. You see all the balls in the middle of the table, and there really isn't anything. And this is one of those instances where the first shot will be a safety on 8-ball open table. You don't see that too often, but it was clear that was what was going to happen.
Styer and Hunkins has to double dip Whaley and Bernardi. So no big celebration when they win the first match, but actually there is a big celebration because they won the first match.
This is a tricky shot if she just tries to, bump this ball here for a safety.
Oh yeah, she could foul very easy.
Very
and
easily.
not foul against the object ball, foul against the rail possibly.
How do you not call a referee here?
I don't know. Just let her shoot. Oh
wow, that would have been me. Oh, good shot from here. It looked like a very good shot.
It almost looked like she hit it the first time, didn't it?
Yeah, she had that little
yip
action, but held back here. And really, the idea here, if you can control those little shots, is to put in a position where you get the first shot on the right set of balls, or open them up enough that neither are the right set of balls, and you can make a shot.
Has she given up a shot here?
She could, but the whole 13-4 pair make the 4-ball the low balls a little stronger. She shoots the high balls.
You know, she's got a safety here. If she wants to, just draw the
wants
ball
to.
Right back where it's at, off the 14, off the
This
15.
is another one of those that you call the referee.
Not
Off the 15?
Yeah, off the
Okay,
15. Just
all
draw it back
Just draw
where
it back
it's at.
where it's at.
Lock her up against the 4.
It's all very interesting.
If you want stripes. If you want solids, fire that 4-ball down the rail. But you're gonna have to verticalize your cue.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
You like that new word?
Verticalize. Verticalize. The French have a word for that.
What is that?
It's called masse. Masse originally meant just to shoot straight up vertical. Not so much about the curve, but more about the stick elevation. I'm almost making that up, but I think I read that somewhere. She does go ahead and shoot that ball.
She wasn't worried about playing safe, folks.
Right.
She could make that ball. I thought maybe the ball was in the way. She couldn't cut it.
She decided we'll take a ball, and now the tough ball, of course, becomes the 13 ball. First effort to break that ball out is probably good, except for you have to make sure you have insurance. You know, you can slide right over for it right now, hitting the 10, but then what? Do you like going up table first?
I like breaking this 13 ball
right now.
Right now, do it with just a little bit of pace, so you can pretty much guarantee yourself a shot on the 9.
Okay.
But you got to be careful. That 1 ball's big.
Okay, so you're saying the 9 goes on the side. I can't see that.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying the 9 goes on the side.
Well, certainly if it goes on the side, I like the choice.
It appears to on the monitor. What's his choice? His choice is to have to load it up with left English and follow the rail and back up past the 8.
Right. Yeah. I think you got all the analysis that he just went through.
Yeah.
Well, he played safe, so that's the other choice.
Safe.
Yeah, it's more like a moving safe, not a safe for ball in hand. He actually has the disadvantage of balls, so he's trying to get an advantage here.
Well,
he owns that corner pocket, I suppose, for the 8 ball.
He can own it. He doesn't. They don't need it except for the 8. Maybe for the 8 ball.
For the 8 ball.
Still, he's playing the 2 ball on the side.
Yeah. The breakout for Doug and Leslie is going to have to be some
freeze
point.
on that ball. Well, he's got the 7 ball, and playing the 7, they can come down and move the 4.
Move the 4, but if they come up high on it, don't they just go into the corner pocket?
Depends how thick he hits the 4. And if he hits this,
And it's Leslie up now, so
she's got to be sure not to hit the 1 when she cuts this ball in.
Right, there's only a line here that they can go down. It looks like the line leads to the left side of the 13.
Perfect.
Pretty good. Pretty good. They got a little bit of an unlucky roll there, didn't they? It looked like the 4 ball was going to come out for them.
It was. And the cue ball was going to give him position on the 4th.
But then it tapped it again, and it could have hit it at any angle, and it chose that one.
I just wonder if the 1 ball goes by the 12 or the 9 in the side.
Certainly looks like he's straight in. He likes it too, I think.
You like? I don't want to like this. He's over a ball.
I'd rather not be jacked up.
Yeah. I'd almost rather shoot the 6 ball up in the left-hand corner before shooting that ball, because that way I wouldn't be over a ball.
Well, he's shooting at the 6. Is he really shooting at it?
It's not over a ball.
Right, that's true. That's probably why he just bridged at it.
It's harder to shoot the 1 in the corner over that 4 ball than it would be to shoot the 6 in the left-hand corner with a level bridge.
Well, he's thinking about it. These two are from the Concord, California area. That's about 30 miles out of San Francisco.
Oh, wine country.
That's right. And they play out of Crown Billiards.
I've been there. That's in San Ramon, isn't it?
It's in San Ramon. That's exactly right.
I trained a rep in San Ramon, and I spent I was there a full week, so I spent, I think it was 2 nights in the pool room.
Get a good look at the Cyclop ball set, the TV ball set, with the lime green 6 ball, the lime green stripe 14 ball. Well, I think it looks from here he's playing safe, but I can't see the angle. Yeah. Oh, that's not safe. And he was cutting it in, but the scratch was on no matter what he did there. It was ticking
if he made it
above.
With the scratch?
I don't know. It went behind it pretty cleanly.
Clean, and he got in there deep too.
So once you get back there and you're only a foot away from the pockets, definitely if he wasn't going to scratch, he was going to be inside somewhere in that vicinity with nothing to do. Ball in hand for the team that's up 2-0, and you can see their odds there, 84 to 16% from here, and that's seems right.
Well, they have to win 3 games
to bring it to a next matchup.
But Whaley and Bernardi have to win 5.
Well, there we go.
So it's actually 2 games on the wire.
Right.
In a race to 5, which is huge.
Yes,
and
right.
they're favored to begin with because of the higher Fargo.
Right.
Higher Fargo average.
Well, usually I talk about toughest ball on the table. At this one, every ball has a challenge, but they're all open. And he's sort of just forced to take one tough ball after another. And this shot, if the 13 goes, he's fine. If it doesn't go, he's going to have to play a nearly impossible combination.
Let's see what Bonnie does. She's not coming back for the 11.
No.
She's going to have to come out there for the 13. And
she pointed as if the 13 goes, and if it goes, then that's that, right?
Well, I'm sure Tyler can make things happen because he can play the 13-10 combo. He can play the 13 off the rail into the 10 carom and get shape on the 11.
He's deciding he wants to bump that ball. See, that 13 only has half a pocket. It doesn't take much to go wrong there. He can shoot the 10 if he wants to, but it looks like he wants to nudge into the 8 ball and be good for the 11.
Perfection.
I like that. Just straight across here.
She's.
Oh,
Would you shoot the 10 first? I'd shoot the 11
first, straight across, and then he just hits a high ball to go up table.
Although, unless the 8 ball's in the way, unless the 8 ball's going to interfere, and she's shooting the 11 ball first. She's just looking at it. She says, "Do you mind if I check my options?"
Hold up, hold it.
Now, will he just give her position to shoot it in the corner? Yes. Looks like he's going to give her simplicity.
I think so. That's exactly right. Me personally, I'd be looking probably to either go 2 rails to the inside of the 8 and cut this ball in, or punch it to go up table. But then again, if it lays funny, it lays funny.
Personally, I want that ball at the diamond.
Yeah.
I do. Because if he tries coming up by the 5 ball, once you start that ball rolling, he might go too far.
Yeah.
And he puts her right on the die. That's perfect.
Nice.
Nicely done. Now, this isn't a gimme.
No.
It's the length of the table against the rail. And it's dead, and I mean dead, straight in.
Well, this is one of those
And
where
these shots can be one of those that.
right.
Yeah.
For instructors, it's you guys got to make sure you aim to the middle of the cue ball, and the tip has to go right over an imaginary spot where the cue ball is. That's dead in this pocket. Boom. That's
Imagine
great.
this,
That's
she
great.
says. That's
Imagine
dead
that.
in. 3 games to 0. We're going to be at about 95% or 94%.
Yeah, pretty soon.
And being from Waukesha, Wisconsin, they're going to go home. It looks like they're going to get a chance to go home with a big trophy if they can win this first match,
and
set.
get through another one.
Yeah, and then they have to do it again, all over again. Then the odds change, the percentages change.
The Waukesha fans, fans are going crazy right now.
The nerves change because now it's for all the cookies. There's no tomorrow.
There's no tomorrow except for there's another tournament tomorrow and something else. But
yeah, they're playing something else. They're probably playing singles. I came across Tyler's name in the 10-ball challenge.
Sure.
But I don't remember what he was doing with it. I just remember seeing it, and I thought to myself, maybe I should have taken note. But I didn't know we were doing this match when I was looking at the 10-ball challenges.
Tyler just did a swing out to the West Coast.
Was he out? Was he out there?
He played the Swanee Memorial, or what? Oh no, the Brendan Crockett Memorial.
Yeah, I didn't remember seeing him at the Swanee. I was. At the
you
Swanee.
were at the Swanee.
Yeah.
And of course, I lived there, but I was away on business.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by and saying hi, Freddie, while I was there. I really enjoyed your company.
Thank you.
Got to bust his chops a little, okay?
All right, here we go. Bonnie, who just made the 8-ball, is up breaking.
That's a nice spread.
Well, balls could have made it in the pocket.
Yeah, it's a nice spread. Nothing went in, but it's a nice spread.
Nothing went in, and we can see the trouble balls here. The stripe ball, the 11 ball.
Well, the main issue with the strike is the 10-4.
And the 10 is good, but the 11 is no good. Or it's challenging there. You could play a combination somehow in that 10 ball. The 1 ball, I think, is the toughest ball. Oh, the 4 ball, of course. The 1 ball, the 4 ball, the tough balls for the solids.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're going to weigh their options.
That's right. You know, maybe you make this 10-4, a 4-10 combination and smash into the 1 ball or something, and you know,
well, he does have that open to him.
And he's called it.
And he can come back and open those 2 up with just a little bit of left English.
And that's exactly what he tried to do.
He hit it perfect.
And that's not bad at all.
And look at the 1 ball stop where you can pocket the 14 ball right off of it. So now I'm playing the 11-14 combo off the 1. How's that for a complicated shot? All kinds of moving pieces that can go wrong.
But I like the shot. I like he did the quick analysis just as we were talking about it, and there you go. Bob's your uncle. See, that's what you're supposed to say.
Your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
But that takes care of the problem real quick.
Well, and as long as she doesn't create another problem with this 1 ball.
Like pushing it in front of the 15
Something
down here in the
like
corner.
That. So that's the concern.
And blocking the corner, which blocks the 9 and the 15. Well, the 9, because the 9 ball's blocked to the opposite corner by the deuce.
This shot isn't as easy as we just made it sound, obviously, or else, you know, everybody could make this and go. But this is tricky. Got to make sure you don't hit it so hard. The ball's got to go in. You have the next shot. That's how. That's all there is to it. Oh, but you hit the 1 ball full in the face.
Yeah.
And now,
She made
every ball, I think, goes for the
solids.
Bonnie Tyler team.
Solids, I'll go.
Yes, the solids all go.
Guess what? If that's the case, they're going to be on the hill.
I see the 6 ball as the biggest challenge here because it's tough to get in the side. I think if it's not tough to get in the side, then there's no challenge whatsoever.
3 ball go by the 13.
It looked it from one angle.
Mm-hmm. You know, he's looking to put the cue ball there to shoot the 3 ball up. So it must not.
It must not. He's got 2 slight challenges here. It's true because if he's going to play the 3 ball down here, probably play the 4 ball right now.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. And he played the 3 ball, then play that 6. Playing the 6 ball in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, you
No,
could
he's
see
going
he
to
was
go
using
down
right-hand English.
How
Oh,
was he trying to move there?
I think he was actually, in fact, trying to move that 15, use it as like a bouncer. Or,
So he wanted to open it up for the 8 just in case.
I think so.
There's no reason to move it because the 8 ball has a pocket
Has a
on
pocket
the left.
over there, but I think that's what it is. He was
But yeah,
wanted
just in case.
just in case, and he knew the speed was going to go forward. Maybe.
It's kind of fun sitting here trying to think the reasoning for a shot after the fact.
Well, I think that's yeah. You know, that's the glorious part of 8 ball.
The glorious part of 8 ball?
Yeah, it's not like in 10 ball where you say, well, why did he shoot the 2 ball in the corner? Well, pretty much because that was the only ball you're going to be shooting.
Supposed to shoot the 2.
Right. Why was he playing for the 3 ball next? That's because it was the next ball.
It's called rotation, you idiot.
Well, she's forced to come with a shot here and not let the cue ball loose. That'd be pretty tough to do. See if she can
What
recover.
is she looking at? She has to cut this ball, right?
Or 5. Is that the 3 or the 5? It's a 5 ball.
That's the 5 ball.
5 ball because the 3 ball is the other one.
She's
Don't
blocking
scratch.
the 13, but she's lost the cue ball. No, it's going to be out of the
pretty
pocket.
safe.
Just a
It's
little
pretty
bit.
safe.
It was tracking to where you could hold your breath because it was tracking right at that corner pocket. The finals.
Doug's in a tough spot here. There's really nothing to do. If he shoots the 13, he'll completely open things up. The 3 ball didn't go up a down table anyway, I think, so if he plays that 13, it'll still be tied if the 3 still goes up table. Yeah.
This is the finals of the Platinum Scotch Doubles 8 ball.
Wow, he's got to fire at one of these 2 balls. Is it the 14 he's shooting at?
Looks like he's kicking at a ball playing safe.
Safety?
Yeah. He's not firing at anything. He's trying to play safe.
I mean, the 4 ball was right there, so I guess he wanted it to crawl forward and safe on the 6 ball, safing on the same ball.
Yeah, he's trying to.
Or the safing on your own ball type of thing.
That caught part of the corner, didn't it? Yeah. The point of the side pocket. And went up. Instead of laying it against the 6.
He needs to sign to
Doesn't
play
wanna
safe
make
also.
it, huh?
Interesting shot.
Strategic
Interesting shot, right? Leslie was
Strategic
probably
shot.
hoping keep on shooting balls because I don't think he'll get out. And Tyler not willing to do that. It's good discipline.
Good example of don't make the ball just because you have a shot.
Right.
That's called your insurance ball, so when you need to make a ball, you can.
Like taking the big flyer without much thought about position play. This is almost like the equivalent of a push out because he's put a ball there and she has 2 shots to shoot at, and really to get out here would be quite a feat.
That's right. It'd be a bit of an adventure too. But let's take a look at what road she would have to go. She'd have to pocket this
14.
She could pocket this 14 or the 15.
Or the 15.
Hold it for the 11 and shoot the 11 in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
And then shoot the 11 in the corner, shoot the 14. If she shoots the 15 first, she shoot the 14 next. Then the 12 in the side, if it goes between the, it does too. And then
between
the 9.
7 and 3, yeah.
So her
How do
problem
you break
is
out the...
it's got to be done off of the 12 or the 9. Break out the 13. It's tough. I actually structured that run out without the 13 into consideration. That's how you break out the 13. What's wrong with that?
That's a nice shot.
Oh, it's a nice shot, but she doesn't get rewarded. Bank the 9 in the corner pocket, lower corner.
Oh, I like it.
Send the cue ball. Bank the 9 with center English. Go right into the 6.
I want to go back to that shot. That was a really good shot by Leslie to be able to, in that circumstance, slightly over top of the ball, full length of the table, cut to the pocket, a little bit of stun draw right in the middle of the face of the 13 without getting trapped. He can see this 9. He can actually just cut it right in.
Oh, that's true. But he didn't.
Oh.
He attempted to.
He attempted to, and if he made that ball, they had a really good chance of getting out there, but she would have been trapped in the 6. But
if he'd have made that ball, they're tree-topped over the 6
right,
ball for the 14.
But
if
at
he
least
makes
it would have been straight in.
Yeah, then the 12 looks like it plays. Tough shot.
Yep.
I didn't see the cut. I didn't even think of the cut. I thought of the bank immediately.
Well, we don't have the best angle looking at the table from where we are. Always happens. Everything's interesting. 7 in the side, or is there a possibility she can make this ball in the 3 ball? She has no chance to 3 ball. She can't see it from there. 7 in the side.
7 in the side and the Yeah,
you see what's happening here. The cue ball looks like it's just.
Yeah, it's going to travel right into that 2 ball. There's no scratch, though. That's a good thing.
It's always positive.
It's going to travel right to the pocket. And it's going to catch a piece of the deuce, I think. It sure looks like it. Heck, it might even hit outside the deuce, depending if she hits it a little low.
Yeah,
come back up to hit it.
Yeah, the worst thing that could happen is if she makes this ball and somehow she gets trapped right on the 5 ball without a possibility of a jump shot. Things would have to get really bad.
Well, if she pockets this cut shot on the 7 in the side.
Yeah, so see that's how she's looking there. She'd have to short kick this 5 ball, kick the rail first, then it's a little outside just to make it. And if she does that, where does Tyler go? Oh, if the 6 ball might go, and the 4 ball might go, right?
He'll have a jump shot at the 4 ball. That's his insurance ball, remember?
Right, it's the insurance ball. And
He'll have a shot.
I think he's going to have a straight-in shot instead of even having to jump.
He'll have a shot, or he'll be able to manufacture one.
Right. All right. That's all the discussion. It's time for execution.
Now you got to spin the 5 in. Is that what she's doing?
Spin, off the rail.
Rail first.
Slowly. She can't be firing at this ball. Cue ball traveled an awful lot. Well, I like the attempt, but I think she sold out. I think every ball goes.
Sold out, but the 11 ball's a problem for him. Her opening shot is probably the 12 on the side. But with a 12 there, how do you get on the 11? It's got the only place she can play it is in the upper right-hand corner.
Right.
And she'll have, that's 13, excuse me, that's the 13 over there. 11's in the middle of the table.
Yeah, the 13, I think, passes past the 5 ball. At least it will tick you off the 5 ball, I think.
Well, the other thing is that, oh, wow, if they play the 12 ball first, getting on the 11's tough. Doesn't go in the side, doesn't go in the bottom corner pocket. She's traveling
up table.
Yeah, she's traveling up table. The ball she want to get on next is the 9. And if she can get on the 9 after shooting the 12, she can get on the 13. Well,
and 13 goes to the side also. Tough.
Either goes on the side. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So you don't have to get over there on that side. And first and foremost, can they even make the 12?
It certainly looks it
It looks
from
it,
here,
yeah,
but
it
that
looks it.
you know, it looks like they can hit the 12 ball and the 13 in the corner past the 5, and then
She's
the 11
shooting
ball
it.
goes up table.
Looks
Maybe
like she's
even
shooting this ball.
you maybe even touch the 7 ball. You know, that touched it, but didn't really do much
Oh.
for her. And the ball didn't go in.
Nope.
Hmm.
Nope, 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 nope.
This
nope.
has become a much tricky, much a trickier rack than initially. Because the
3 ball does go by the 5, right?
it does.
Okay.
I
So
think.
basically, he can shoot the 6 ball, get on the 3 ball.
Yeah, and he's looking exactly that angle.
From the 3 ball, he shoots that. He can get on the deuce, or maybe even the 7, or maybe even the 4.
I'll
And get back in line. I would keep the 4 as an insurance ball.
I predict that when Bonnie makes the 3 ball. Oh, he's breaking it out.
No, he's not.
Oh my goodness.
She's not shooting the 3 ball.
How did I wonder what he was thinking there, because he did point to this line. It feels like he was trying to go right into the 12 ball.
It was a tough shot.
That was. You see all kinds of.
She's going to try to get him there for the 3 now.
Clearly
Off
the
of
3
which
ball.
ball? Off of which ball? Off of the 5?
Why not? If nothing else, it bangs right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here she goes. She's pointed at 4 or 5 different things, and she's using left-hand English here. She's not going to the 3 ball at all.
4. He's going to get her on the 3 ball.
Well, here's an interesting situation where, you know, some people like myself will cut this 2 ball in and scratch cross side, but there's a 12 ball in the way, so that'd be perfect. This shot is set up exactly for me. Scratch cross side, but there's a 12 in the way, which is exactly what you need to be able to continue.
I think the way to get on the 3 ball is off the 4. Because he's going to come through a space that's only about 4 inches wide.
Yeah, and it could be 2.5 inches wide, and we always scratch there, so that's what I'm thinking. Just shoot the ball that makes you scratch. Oh, just missed
like
it.
He did?
Just missed it.
And he got perfect.
Well, let's see. If she got there, that'd be nice.
And if she's not there, she can shoot the 7 and try to get there again.
But as we keep on going, now that the table has been about the same position in the last few innings, that 3 ball's been the trouble ball.
And they're trying to break it.
Of course, it got worse once the 12 ball got over there. But if she can see this,
he hit that so pure. I thought he made the 12.
Yeah, if he makes the 12, she'd be shooting at the 3.
Perfect, yeah. Well,
she's shooting right at it. I like it.
All she has to do is make it. She's not worried about playing safe. She's got to look. It's a tough shot. That 12 ball is awful close.
Well, we'll see if it moves.
You got a good shot of it right here. It'll move. It'll go right in the hole. Before she hits the 3. How do you like shooting the 7 ball and drawing the cue ball into the 12 to make it?
I like that. You might as well do that if you had the stroke to do it.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it leads to it, doesn't it?
It looks like that angle. Yeah, we have the best view of it, and it slides right over.
Yeah.
You'd have to be willing to really hit this ball. Maybe you hit this 4 ball with inside English and just slide her right down the rail, right at the 12. After all that look, she went this way. Which direction is she going? Okay, she's got a little bit inside on there. Oh, just to hold and have Tyler fire at it.
Yeah, but now Tyler's got too much of an angle to try that. He's looking at coming off.
Go into the 11, come straight into the 7. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Pretty confident.
Well, there's nothing much else to do, is there?
I don't
You
think
got to
I'm
shoot
going
this
to go.
3 at some point.
Yeah, but he's looking at going into the 11 ball.
Yeah. Yeah, when the ball is on the rail, it
That's
usually comes
awfully
straight
accurate.
across.
It's awfully accurate. I think he's better off coming under the 7 and shooting in the side, going between the 7 and the 13. Oh, the side, he can't. The 12 ball's there. Duh.
Perfect position.
I don't like trying to come up to that 11 ball. He can find himself in the drink real quick. Or behind the 11 if he doesn't hit it.
Here we go.
This is
I like to sometimes just shoot this
shot.
ball
This is
and
a
then
real good
complain that I got a bad roll. That
it's
usually
not a
works
bad
out
roll.
for
That's
me.
just where you went.
Well, I know, but I got to complain about it.
See? That's
He missed it. But
that's
the 7,
exactly where that goes.
but the 7 does go, so they've got the best of it since they're on the table instead of off the table.
Well, he missed it with the right speed. He's not behind the ball, and she's got a shot at the next object ball, which is the 7.
Maybe he was actually playing that.
I don't think so.
It seemed like he was trying to play it off the 11 as a bumper, but
Yeah, I thought he was trying to bump the, but he didn't want to get behind it, so he thought if he thought that far ahead, I'm not sure. It looks like he did though,
yeah.
because his speed was good, but he has to hit that speed to keep his stroke straight, and the ball down the rail.
Let's see if she can hold her form.
Looks like she's making this ball. This looks good. Yeah, just out.
It just turned a bit. I guess it would be throw. It wasn't really a big skid. Just turned just slightly.
She's got it. They have the 13 down the corner. For a
Yeah.
good beginning shot or the combo.
Well, it's a late miss, and see if the team from the San Ramon area, the Concord, San Francisco area.
Crown Billiards. Can they come through, folks? Can they run these 5 balls in the 8 to take game number 1, or are they going to allow Styer and Hunkins to get on the hill in a race to 5? There's one.
There's one, and it looks like, unfortunately, no matter what happens, they have to shoot their toughest ball last.
The 9.
But it looks like the balls lead to that.
To position for the 14 to get on the 9.
Right.
Yeah.
If you could shoot the 11 now and feel confident about it, you can do the 11 and then the 14 and
get
the
on the
9.
14?
That way you only have to just shoot.
Yeah.
Put all the effort into making the 9 ball. You'd have to worry about position because the 12 ball would be your key ball. It's hanging in the pocket. It's not off the pocket.
Mm.
Oh, she has to use her bridge just to shoot this ball.
There's a good view of the new Kamui Bridge, or fairly new Kamui Bridge.
Yes, and the Viking Q bridge.
Is that what that was?
That was the Viking Q.
Yeah, we saw that last night. That was a $900 Viking Q.
That they just
that they
stuck
used
a
for a
Kamui
bridge.
bridge.
Yeah.
And she stunned the cue ball up, and this is one of those cases where playing for a ball in the side pocket late in the game gets you. You can't just follow forward. It's going to go towards the 14. You might even get below the 14 right for the 9. He was able to do this, but
They got
now
trouble.
can he get to the 9? Doesn't seem it, right?
No, I don't think so.
He had to hit slowly enough so it didn't
No,
keep on
she
going.
can't. She's got to go twice across. Or bank it. Play for a bank.
Yeah, I think that maybe she just hits it slow and let Doug hit a thin cut.
Well,
That's another choice.
either that or draw the ball back to where it's at, maybe a little bit further off, and bank the 9 in the upper corner.
How about shoot straight at it and go off the 7 ball and goes forward? And scratch.
7 ball's too far out.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. Let me see.
The monitor looks one way.
Maybe
It's close.
Maybe. You might have a good shot there, Freddie. Go down there and tell her. Say overcut the ball, hit the 7, moves it, and then you have it. And then
Oh, I was
cross the
thinking
cue
go
ball.
ahead and undercut the ball right into the rail and then back out. But that's what she tried to do is overcut it. And try to
Overcut
cut
it,
it.
yeah.
Got it in, just missed it.
Well,
Now he does a survival shot, I think. Is there a safety here where you can go up table and not give her a shot there?
yes.
Yes, you
Actually, he's got to hit it pretty hard.
And is the kiss on here? No, it's the other way. It's the other way.
No, it's not. It's not a one rail in the corner.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe he
zigzags
his cue ball off the 9 just to get it up. Let's say to the head, somewhere on the end rail, or more to the right. Stay to the right of the 7 ball if he's going to play safe. Or do you go 1 rail across and try to get behind the 8 ball on the left side, right, just like a diamond above?
There's 5,000 things we could do, but let's see what he does.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what he does. I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
The options I see are, I don't think he can bank it to the left-hand corner pocket, 1 rail. But the only option I see is to bank it, cut it real thin and bank it in the upper right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because that cue ball is going to come flying out of that corner.
And that's why I'm wondering that if the kiss is on and like a shot like that.
Yep.
Yeah, from this angle, looks like he can come off the 9 ball and lag it to right where he is, and he's going to be at least not giving up the shot, but he also has to clear the 9.
I'll tell you what shot you can shoot here. Chris Whaley's 4-railer.
Chris Melling, is that who you're
Chris
talking
Melling, yeah. His 4-railer right here.
Chris Melling 4-railer.
That's the 4, and he's got to put a lot of left-hand English on that ball, so he goes uphill and just figure out the 4-rail. It's a piece of cake. Straight in. Excite us. Let's see something fan-friggin-tastic.
Or he could go exactly the opposite way, just cozy the 9 up into the 7 and just prolong the game.
And then the other obvious shot is to kick the 9 ball to the opposite corner.
And after all this discussion, the 9 ball probably passes the 7. He fires it right in. You know, we've had that before.
Don't do that. No.
Yeah, if you're kicking this thing, you're kicking at your money.
If that ball went in, if that ball goes by the 7, and he hasn't shot it by now, no comment.
He hasn't looked at that spot.
He'd have shot that a long time ago.
Right.
Come on, Doug. Let's show us what we're going to do here. This is you're in a tough place. Look how important this game is. They're on the hill. They don't have a game yet.
Right. 3-1.
Yeah, I don't blame him for taking
3-1 versus 4-0 is.
What do I do?
He should pass it to Tyler and say, well, "Pretend you're the 9 ball." What would you tell me to do?
This is a tough shot. Out of all the shots I see there, I actually like the 4-railer.
Here we go. Just graze over the top of it and put it right on the cushion.
There is that. Try to just slow roll it, nibble the 9,
and not give up
and not
kick.
and leave it and just hit to the rail and don't come past the 6. But that is so tough.
Oh,
to do.
it's
He's
all
kicking
tough.
He's
It's all
kicking
tough
the ball, but he hasn't called anything.
Yep,
Guess
there
what
it
he's
is.
doing?
The last thing I called out, that's what he ended up doing.
Safety. You know what I like here?
Another safety?
No. Yeah, another safety. Double kiss the cue ball straight up.
Yep. Yeah.
He's gonna hook. He's gonna try to hook him, but double kiss the cue ball straight up.
Oh, can't go wrong here because even if you scratched, you don't give up the tail.
It's even better.
Yeah. Then what happens? Another safety after that, no matter what. With
You're gonna have ball in hand.
That's true with the ball.
And
in
then
hand,
you get
do
right
some
behind
stuff.
it, put it right behind it, and push the 9
Push the
ball
9
down
ball.
and keep it behind the 7.
Yep. Tough shot.
It's just gonna. Yes.
There's no way she can have more than 1 foul here, so she can just whack at it as she pleases.
They don't get ball in hand twice.
No extra ball in hands.
Oh darn, that's not worth it. Then what?
Yeah,
You know,
it's not like that UK or English 8 ball or black ball, I guess it is, where a foul you get to take a couple of shots. You know, if you had 2 shots to do it, that'd be a little bit easier. And then there's probably one of those cases where you shoot it enough times, you might forget which ball you are. I think that happened yesterday. Somebody
Did it
forgot.
really?
No, this was that. I think it was that one where you couldn't remember which ball they had.
yeah, when they shot the stripes. Yeah, exactly. I remember that now. Yeah.
There was a replay on it, and I think what happened was a stripe went down, and at some point, you know, the next player hit the solids, made solids, and whoever the next player was a bit confused.
Well,
This could go on forever.
We just give him ball in hand.
I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, you can. You can just shoot up
Shoot
table,
up table,
give him
right?
ball in hand.
Right.
You can just push the ball even closer to it, so that they can't do that. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's gonna push it. There you go.
Oh, that ball. Doesn't that ball? No, it
Go?
doesn't. No, it doesn't go. Of course not.
But see, that's actually good because now they can't push the ball away and stay behind it.
Right. So this one is
so
this
does
this is the game winner here. Or this is the one that allows you to not get this type of positioning in return.
He didn't even bother to call the 7 ball froze. Oh, wait, I guess it goes.
It must go. That's what I said. That's where I went, oh, because it looked like it might go. And it did go. If it didn't go, he would have pushed that 9 ball up and tried to freeze him on the second one.
And even if she misses, they're left with a low percentage shot. Unless she goes way over by the side.
Well, it looks like she's going to be following, so it would be a low percentage shot no matter what, but it would be a shot nonetheless.
Yeah, it is a shot.
So
correct.
she'd rather make this than entertain those thoughts.
She wants to make this ball.
Get on the hill. It's in the cup.
And it's hill 0.
This percentage will go up to be about 97, 98%, I think.
Well, keep in mind that Doug and Leslie are on the hill, so Tyler and Bondi will have to beat them again if they win. Once they win this match,
yeah,
if they win this,
they're king of the hill at this point. They own the point. They have the hot seat. They are the team to beat. Currently, they are in the land of the blind, and they've got the one eye.
Land of
the man with one eye is the king.
Oh,
in the land of the blind. That's a saying,
I
a
didn't
proverb,
know that
I
one.
think. So.
I didn't know that one. You went over my head with
went
that
way
one,
there.
but I got
yeah,
it now. I'll know it next time.
I'll go back to they're on the point. They've got the hot seat.
Land of the blind, and they have the one eye.
Yes, there you go. Doug hasn't broken in a while, actually, I think. I can't remember anymore. I know he broke the first rack.
I don't know if there's rules as to if you have to alternate breaks or not. If so that the guy doesn't break all the time or the girl doesn't break all the time.
Well, it was a very good break, except for a couple of balls are kind of hanging around by the magic rack. Does the 8-ball pass if these other balls are the way? That looks like they
goes
will.
in the side once the 3-ball gets removed. Goes in the corner once the 13 gets removed.
Right. Both balls, both sets have their challenges then.
And it goes in the corner once the 6-ball gets removed.
Yeah. If the 6-ball goes someplace like up table in the corner pocket, then low balls seem.
Yeah.
They're both as challenging as the others. I think you can't fault either decision of which set of balls.
Well, you can't fault anyway. It's their decision.
That's right.
It's their play. We just try to explain it. Let me explain this to you, man. Okay? Hey, Lucy. Well, they've chosen stripes, and
yeah, so the 13 becomes their toughest ball.
That's right.
And if they wait too long, they won't be able to get to the 8, unless the 8-ball goes up table, which I think it does. The 8-ball does go up table, upper right quarter. So let's see what they do. But the 13 is the ball of fate in this case.
It's the key ball. It's the game for him. Hinges on that shot. And the sad part is they are leaving themselves only one option to get there. He's got to get a great angle on this 10 ball so that he can get on the 13 ball. Unless he shows me something real simple.
I don't even, because the 4 ball now is is a huge ball. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. He's playing the 11 to get down. Oh, and he thinks he's going to go to the side pocket.
He's going to have to come up. I don't know what he was looking at with the 4 ball, but he's got to come up, yeah.
Well, he's kind of
on. Does it go in the side? It goes. Looks like it goes in the side pocket past the 3. It doesn't.
Which
look
ball?
Like it. The 8 ball.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it does it?
No, but it goes up. I believe it goes up table.
Straight in
the
on the
upper
10.
Right corner. Right. This doesn't do anything, does it?
How are they going to get on the 13?
And if she shoots a 13 now, I don't know that she can get out of the corner pocket. They got a little bit of a smile in their face, like.
I don't think he got her where he was intending to, but that's what it looks like. He got exactly where you aimed to.
Right, and any more to the right, which is the only way it was going, wouldn't have been any good.
Well,
here we go. Let's see
only
what
they know. Only the shadow knows, and they are the shadow. What can you do? Does the 13 go past the 8 in the corner? Even so, they can't put the cue ball over there to get good position.
Oh, well, if she follows, she can get down there by the corner pocket, the lower left corner pocket, fire the 13 ball in the upper right corner pocket. The 2 ball will be the blocker, and hold the cue ball for position there so Doug can fire the 8 ball in the same corner pocket as the 13.
You are an optimist.
Well, you know,
extraordinaire.
There's nothing left to do.
I know.
They're in a bad spot.
They're in a bad spot. They're in a tough spot.
Oh, and she went for that.
She tried to create an angle to get it out. That's exactly what she did. Yep.
Yeah. And it wouldn't have been a bad shot, but she couldn't. The ball hitting like that may not have ever gotten there if she. I'm not sure where that ball actually went. About an inch to the right of the pocket.
Well, they have 7 balls to run, and then the 8 ball to win the first set.
It's interesting. 6 ball is their tough ball. You can't. I don't think you can get to break out there.
Oh, you can take care of it right now. You can shoot the 2 ball, slide up for the 3.
He's shooting
right
at
between them.
He may play a stun follow safety if it doesn't go in.
Yeah,
there it is.
He tied up those balls. He didn't like that.
He doesn't like that, but at least they're out there, not over there. And they did the stun follow safety right in the 8 ball.
He chose to play safe. They could have been aggressive. They had options to be both. They chose the safety, and unfortunately tied up the 7-6.
Yeah.
But now, you know,
if they get ball in hand, they'll break it out in the next shot, or the second shot after.
Yeah, the second shot. Even though they're going to try to find a way to break it out off the deuce or off the 3.
Well, I don't think they'll get ball in hand. He'll at least one rail the 13 as a right-hander.
Can you see it?
No, he'll one rail, I think. Oh, he's calling something way down there.
He can't see the 13. He's got a kick at it.
Right, he'll one rail it.
Okay.
Although at not one point has he gone over
Why
there.
is he looking at the 10 ball? He cannot hit the 10 ball.
Yeah. He's in the,
unless he goes 2 rails underneath.
2 rails somewhere.
Yeah. He's got 2 rails down here off to the side. He's
13 on the side.
He's doing that 1 rail that you were talking about.
Well, if he makes this, they got a good shot to get out.
He's got to be playing into the side pocket.
Yep, he's already called it.
Called it? Okay.
Yeah. Not that he can't uncall it.
I didn't see him signal to the side, but yeah, makes sense that he would play it there.
Oh, now he's going 2 rails just like that.
Changing it to where he's not playing in that side pocket.
Okay, Doug Whaley, you know, he's calling the other
side
pocket, the 2 railer now.
Kick.
The worst thing he can do is break out the 2 solids there. Okay, well, ball in hand, the 6 and 7 are tied up for Tyler and Bonnie. And if she can break those up or make a ball out of it, this is the way I like to go. Don't trap yourself behind it. I've already talked about what to do if you had ball in hand.
You come between the rail and those two balls.
And as long as you don't get trapped.
Yeah, with a little bit of pace.
Don't kick it into a bad spot. I don't mind just hitting
High
the 6
English?
ball. No,
Yeah,
between.
perfect.
That's good.
Perfect.
That's good. He's going to have a little bit of a tricky shot, but
Yeah, he's got
you'd
his
rather
opening
have
shot's not quite perfect, right?
you'd rather have this than nothing.
Well, he could shoot the 5 in the side. Cue ball's going to track to the corner pocket, and he's got an opening to find it. He could shoot the 4 ball. He could cut the 6 ball.
Seems like the 4 ball is one that he can just roll and
He's
get
going to start
something.
off with the
5 ball. Where does the cue ball go after the 5?
Side to the right into the 10 or the corner pocket. It's going to go right up in that area.
Into the 4. He's
It's gonna
playing
go
for
right
the
into
4.
And he hit it perfect.
As a left-hander, she's going to have a problem here. She's going to use the bridge.
She's going to shoot it right hand. Or is she
Could
tall
do
enough
that.
to just reach over?
She might be tall enough to just
Yeah.
reach right over. That's
Yeah.
quite a reach. I wouldn't be able to reach that, but then again, I'm not a basketball player.
Playing on 7-foot tables, I hate tall people.
There's nothing you can't reach. The extension, you know, the extension you can reach
Yep.
there. She's looking at the 7. She should be shooting. Let's see. She didn't like the 4 so much that she wants to shoot the 7.
I would just come over to. Well, he's going to come around. She could just come over behind those balls and play 1 of 3 in the side.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, can she see the 7?
She can see it, and I guess she's shooting it because she's left-handed.
Yep.
Nice. She just pumped that in. Never it out.
Take that. Whack.
Yeah.
6 goes in the corner. Dave, looks like they're on their way to win the first set in a double dip.
Yeah.
On their way to a double dip.
I'm putting my Scotch doubles hat on, roll the 1, freeze the cue ball to the rail.
Now, do you roll the 1 and play shape for the side pocket like he's doing right there and let her shoot that one, and then you let Tyler take you to the 6 ball?
No, me personally, I would be going to the end rail and making her shoot the 4.
But she might not give him good shape on the 3 or the 6. So if he gives her good shape for the 3 in the side, and it's just a stop shot, then he can handle the tougher position of going from the 4 to the 6 and going 2 rails and shooting it in the left-hand corner pocket. On the
He's
bottom
decided to shoot the 3 ball first and just come across, and he's got to be good for the 1 then. He's put so much effort into that to get good on the 1. He missed this for a relatively simple shot for him. I think no matter what, the balls were open enough that they should have been able to get out, but it's the Scotch doubles effect.
Yeah. You want to make sure leave a, you know, and this is the problem with a higher rated player. They can do anything. And so then all of a sudden these just little funny shots get away. Yeah, that was a makeable shot.
Relatively safe, though, because unless she's willing to fire at the 13, the 10 ball doesn't go
She
in
got
either
the
pocket.
13 in the right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah.
But she's got to worry about the scratch.
And letting the ball loose.
11 ball?
What's
the 13?
I'd love it if she shot the 10 ball in the corner. I mean, into the 3 ball.
And followed it in?
No, just go ahead and using a center ball and making the 4 ball and having that cue ball just kind of hang out there. That'd be quite a tester to come back from.
This is going to be a tester regardless of what she shoots.
Yeah, I'd have to say that small table, I play 8-ball on the small table anyway, but small table 8-ball Scotch doubles is by far my favorite way to play because it's the most fun. It's the most fun. That's why it's my favorite.
I don't think I've ever played it on a small table.
Oh, it's fun. Well, she just tried to shoot a survival shot, I think.
Did she survive?
There was no tie up there, but I don't think so.
So you're kind of saying she took her turn.
That's right. There wasn't much to do there. I'm not sure what she was trying to accomplish there. It'd be interesting to ask them later. Because I wouldn't.
We'll save that for the follow-up interview.
That's right, the follow-up interview.
Well, they got 2 balls in the jaws, the 1 ball out in the middle, and the 6 ball way down on the bottom.
The 1 ball probably is the toughest ball on the table at this point because it sits right in the center.
If she could get shape on the 1 ball, then Tyler could pocket the 1 ball, and he did. She's perfect. Perfect. And get on the 6 ball. No, yeah. Can you get on the 6? If you get on the 6, I'd get on the 6.
I'm a big fan of putting it up, having her shoot the 3 ball.
And that way he leaves her on the 8.
Yeah, but
he's coming down.
He's coming down. And this is very much, again, this is a very much a, that's a Scotch double shot right there.
That's exactly what I was saying. Perfect.
But now she's on the cushion.
Pocket the ball.
I think so. Pocket the ball, and she's smiling. He was perfect up until it decided to nestle right on the side cushion.
I think he's. I don't think she's straight. No, he's not straight. I think he's telling her to shoot it with pace. Come back past the 8. In other words, he shoots it straight high English.
Straight. Yeah,
and come back past the 8. Just don't get behind those balls, or try not to. Come on back.
Perfect.
Come on back. There you go. And a rail first shot is perfect for this. It lays up because the ball comes long of the side pocket and it'll leave straight in on the 8. Rail first on the 3. It lays so nice.
Yeah, if you're going to try to not go rail first, you have to hit the 3 ball as thin as possible.
Thin?
Yeah, maybe have right-hand English. You can spin 1, 2 rails towards the pocket, towards the 8 ball, I should say. Well, he hit it pretty thick, but that should be all right. I say he hit it pretty thick. Obviously, he didn't hit it thick. I was going with a paper thin, and he went with a paper clip thin.
Yeah, a lot of players will go 2 rails at that. Brings the side pocket into play.
Yeah.
That way he just shot it. A lot of
no
players
rails come into play.
Yeah. A lot of people shoot that though, and the ball kills on the head rail.
Right.
So you got to know how to come out of the pocket.
Right.
And of course the 3 rail,
it's
nice
in
shot,
there,
and they get the first
set. And they get the first set. So they have to play 1 more.
And we'll have a little break between sets, and we'll be back with the final match in a jiffy.
All right, George.
When I was a child, it only took 1 shot to change my life. I wanted to be the best. Looking back, my journey started from that moment.
Realizing your true potential requires total devotion. You must be prepared technically, physically, mentally, and make sure they are in balance. Achieving excellence depends on how much and how well you prepare. It all comes down to dedication. Quest for excellence.
When I was a child, it only took one shot to change my life.